All right, I think we live. All right, this is episode number one of one, representing Dade County all day. My name is Mr. Hall of Harris. That's who I am, and I'm coming to bring y'all some international information. I've been traveling, and I've been hanging out with people all over and telling my friends about it. And I'm like, man, the more I talk to people, the more I realize that there's just certain information that's just not out there. And if it's out there, it's hard to find. Um, Again, I want to reiterate the name is Hall of Harris International. I'm coming. I'm going to be dropping a lot of information. A lot of it's going to be general. And if you want like specific answers and stuff like that, I'll give you my Instagram. You can follow me there. I'll be posting videos, clips, pictures, and things of all the places I've been. And if I've been there, feel free to hit me, ask me some questions. I can get in more detail, answer anything you need me to answer. I'm going to shout out a couple places that I found information initially that helped me when I first started traveling and going certain places. And most of the information I got, it did help get things started. But a lot of it was older information, and I've been outside, so I've been current. I've been out these places recently, so the information I'm giving to you is live. It's up to date. It's within the last, in some cases, in the last 30 days. So this is just up to date information. Like I said, I give a big shout out. I'm gonna have everybody that I have researched with before. I'm gonna give all of them a shout out because it's not about that. You know what I'm saying? This information is just about building on what's already out there for people that, you know, they kind of stand up. You're trying to go out and travel to Colombia, Dominican Republic, Costa Rica. Those are the three that I've been to a lot or more than once. I've been to Brazil, shout out to Brazil. Been to Cuba, shout out to Cuba. All these places, um, it's not what they describe it to be as far as how they receive us. Now, everybody's situation different. How you act and how you carry yourself while you're out there might determine certain other things. But I'm telling you, from my perspective, when I've gone out there, um, the welcoming has been good. Like they like seeing brothers, and they there's no, I haven't felt any type of way. If anything, they embrace me more because what I'm saying, the color of my skin. So I just want to throw that out there in case that's on people's mind as far as safety and how we're perceived and how we're accepted. No, if anything, I've seen more love. I gotten more love based on being black than anything else. So I just want to throw that out there up front. And again, this is my first post. I'm I'm gonna be dropping a lot of information. If you're thinking about going to Colombia, Medellin, Cartagena, you just need to go ahead and like and subscribe. I'm new to this. What's the thing they do? Do. Yeah, go ahead and do that. But I'm gonna, you know, provide a lot of content because, like I said, I've been to Colombia 4 or 5 times in the last year. So when it comes to Colombia, more specifically Medellin, I got a lot of information. And like I said, if you're looking to go have a good time, you're looking to go bachelor party, birthday, just a weekend getaway, however you're trying to do it, this is the spot to be. So let me get out. I got a little list here. You know what I'm saying? I'm a rookie at this, but we gonna get better. This is number one, episode number one. I'm gonna have another episode coming real quick. So I'm from Miami, Florida. Again, it's Hall of Harris. My name is Linton, but Hall of Harris International. I have a business that I run. It's called Hall of Harris Rentals. So Hall of Harris International just went with it. So that's me. And I'm 40 years old. So just so you understand my perspective, the generation I'm coming from, and how I'm moving like that. You know what I'm saying? So I listen to everything y'all listen to. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to get down like y'all get down. Future, Wayne, I don't know, Drake. He lost that battle. So I was never really a big Drake fan. never really was a big Kendrick fan either. I mean, I like their music, but I can't tell you I was a fan of theirs. But I will say Kendrick kind of showed that boy ain't want to be messed with. So basically, the music, urban music, that's what I'm about. I'm not gonna, if I'm giving you a recommendation on the spot, it's gonna have that urban flavor, that culture with it. That's what I'm gonna be recommending. So if you get any recommendations from me, just understand that's where I'm coming from. That's the vibe I'm on. That's the music that's gonna be playing. That's what the ladies gonna be dancing to. I like Spanish music. I like everything Spanish. So I'm cool with that. So I want them to do their dances, and I want them to do our dances. So you know what I'm saying? Any of my recommendations is coming with that flavor. Like I said, Dade County, you know about it. A little Cuba, a little Havana. So I already knew about that. You know what I'm saying? This ain't nothing new. All right. So again, any information I'm giving is just to help one of you guys have a good time. That's it. Um, I don't want anything I'm saying to be taken as Bible or a statement of 100% fact. This is based on my experience, and all I'm trying to do is help you have a good time and be safe. I will tell you that I have been there, Colombia, Dominican Republic, Costa Rica, Cuba, been all these places, and when we go there, you gotta know that they see us as, hey, we're coming there to vacation, so obviously we have a little bit of money to go there to vacation, to go there to buy food and drink and go to the club, and so that's how they see us. So we gotta be safe. And like I said, I don't never go with a whole with jewelry and all that. You can. I'm not saying you can't, but just understand that these countries, in particular, their economy is not as strong as ours. So I just want y'all to keep in mind that, again, if you got 2 or 3 people, 4 or 5 people, and y'all cool, y'all just going out having a good time, y'all should be fine. If you want to wear, a chain or something like that, it's cool. You want to wear a nice. Well, I always wear a watch, but I'm just saying, just be mindful that you're sometimes in places where there are a lot of people that are in poverty, and that's everywhere. So I want to stress that Medellin, Cartagena, any of these places is no different than going out anywhere in the United States. And if you have too much jewelry, you're slipping, you're not paying attention, you're in the wrong neighborhood, somebody having a bad day, it is no different. If I'm going downtown, I'm based out of Orlando. If I'm going downtown Orlando, I move the same way. It's really not a big difference. Maybe I'll wear the watch because there's more people going to be there with that kind of stuff on. Maybe I might wear the chain out instead of tucked because I just that many more people are going to be wearing and dressed like that to the masses. So that's where it comes a little different. But I move the same. I'm just as risk averse here as I am there. So I just want to put that out there. All right. Safety, Airbnbs. Okay. This could be a whole. This is going to be a whole nother section when it comes to Airbnbs. You have to read the house rules. You gotta read what these people want you, what you're allowed to do in their places. When it comes to hotel versus Airbnb, it depends on what you're trying to do. Are you trying to shake your tail, fella? You gotta read and see how much shaking you can do. If you want to have 4 or 5 people over, get some drinks, maybe pre-game, you gotta check the rules because you might see a fly ass Airbnb. I mean, decked out. I mean, I've seen some of the dopest Airbnbs at a great price, and then you read in the comments, and they're like, yeah, you can have one person visit, and every person after that, you gotta pay a fee, $25 a person, $30 a person. So that's like, if you're going 4 people, 5 people, and y'all just want to come and hang out at one spot, it can't be your spot because you're paying $25 a head just that day for y'all to hang out. So you got to keep in mind that you got to read the house rules. Also, when you're putting guests, so I'm gonna give a little bit of a breakdown about Airbnb because that's just really important. I mean, if you're going with 2 or 3 people, or even if you're going solo but you're meeting a couple people there, you got to read the house rules. You gotta understand that like if you like to smoke cigars, I like to smoke cigars. I like to smoke a couple times, but I'm gonna stick it to cigars. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna keep it pretty PG here, but on my Instagram, if you feel me, you feel me. I give a little bit more information, and you can hit me up always privately. Um, if you like to smoke cigars, if you like to smoke anything, you gotta read, because even if you have a balcony, one would think, hey, I can smoke. Not the case. So always read the house rules. It will save you money. It will save you time and hassle. It will maximize the amount of fun and pleasure you get out of your trip, because you'll be able to do the things you really want to do. Um, Travel plans. Now, one of the main things I want to get across with this platform, and what I'm starting to do, Hall of Harris International, HOH International 305 is my Instagram. Let me double check, make sure. Like I said, we just getting crack-a-lacking. I'm about to help some people. This is about helping people. So I'm just getting crack-a-lacking. As I become better at this, I have all this information at the top of my head. All right, so we're going to go here. No, that's not what I want to do. All right, it is Harris International. So that's Harris, HARRIS International 305. That is my Instagram. You hit me up there, you send me a little friend request. It's a private page. I'm monitoring who I accept to that page, so we can talk freely. You want to comment on a post, something like that, I'm monitoring who comes in through the page. That's why that page is private. Private, so that me and my fella, because I don't want no women on this page. Let me just put that out right now. YouTube, cool. You know, it's for everybody, because a lot of this information can go for anybody. Women trips, female trips, that's fine, cool. But my Instagram is for you, my homies, my bros. It's for us. You know what I'm saying? So it's for us. So I will be monitoring and accepting people, um, and I'll try to do some vetting. I am going to do some vetting to make sure that we can talk freely. It's just about information. At the end of the day, ain't nothing crazy going on here, but it's about just being able to ask questions freely. DM me. Um, I know you're gonna have some questions. I know the questions you're probably gonna have. I got the answers. I got some strategies. Uh, just hit me up. Okay, so I'm gonna post all this. It's gonna be in the comments. I'm gonna put all the information there. But we gonna. I want to create a network, and I want to create a platform of just sharing information. At the end of the day, that's what this is about. It's about sharing information. So I'm talking about travel, because one thing that, and maybe I've taken it a little too far, is we're at an age where, our parents and whatnot would be like, oh, work a job 40 years, then retire, and then you can go live your life. No, 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 no. That strategy don't work. It don't work no more. You know what I'm saying? You want me to wait till I'm 55, 60, and then go do what I'm trying to? Well, I don't make no sense. I'm going to be taking 3 or 4 pills. I'm going, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's just the fact of life for the most part, unless you're eating kale. So I believe that my philosophy, joy, life now, 40. I just started this stuff about 3 years ago. I'm 40. I'm going to enjoy life now while I can walk, run, jump. I think I can beat anybody in basketball one-on-one, the game up to 5 or 6. Same age range, as long as you're not like semi-pro or something like that, I think I can get you. That's just me though. But I feel you have to enjoy life now, and it doesn't have to be expensive. If you plan it ahead of time, you can go to most of these countries for $1,500 and have a good time. If you plan it accordingly, you can go to most of these countries, total budget $1,500, and have a good time. I'll repeat it one more time. Ticket, Airbnb. Those are probably your 2 biggest expenses. Excursions is separate because that's based on everybody. Everybody's different. But I'm talking ticket, talking your living arrangements, and then food. $1,500. You can go somewhere on the plane. You can have a place to stay 3-4 days. You can eat really good and buy a couple things for $1,500. Facts. I got another whole episode where I'm gonna walk it and break it down because this is gonna be what I do. Yeah, I have a business now, like I said, and I am fortunate and blessed to be able to have that, but you have to diversify essentially. And my retirement, I want it to be an active retirement. I don't want to be retired and retired. You know what I'm saying? Retired and tired. That's not what I want. I want to be actively retired, and that's what I'm doing now. I'm doing so. I want to set a new trend of being actively retired. I'm actively retired right now because this is what I want to do with my life. This is what I would do when I'm 60, but I want to do it while I can move. I'm active. I can still run. Like I said, I want to be able to go in the club and still bounce around with people for a little bit and, not need my PPO the next day. So that's what I'm trying to, I want to get that information out to enough people that they can see that it's not as far-fetched as it seems. Oh man, and they gotta be such a sub, have 4-5 thousand. No, not at all. It's a strategy. I'm gonna break it all down to you, and as things progress, I'm gonna post when I'm leaving and when I'm going places, so that we can all link up. Like, if I'm going to Costa Rica in 3 months, I can break down with y'all just how I do it, how you can do it. We all have access to the same information. I got a homeboy that he been listening to me for 3 years talk about all this traveling. He finally decided to get a passport. Finally decided to get on board. He went, he did a Colombia trip. He went twice in probably 3 months. Yeah, twice in 3 months, and he hooked. You know what I'm saying? And that's what it's about. It's about having a good time, man. He sees it now. He's like, man, you know what? I gotta work, but now I can work for 90 days and start planning this trip, and then bam, do that part, do that part, do that part, and I can go and have a good time. And it's not as expensive as it seems. It just seems like expensive because it's far away, and people think you gotta cross the ocean to get there. It's gonna be expensive. Nah, that's not the case. All right, so money. So one of the biggest things I learned is, how do I convert this money? When do I convert this money? That is something that took a couple tries, and I started to realize, okay, well, this money exchange rate is a funny thing. Some days it's worth this much. Some days it's worth this. One practice that I've started is I've started to go to the bank. Most major banks will exchange your money for you. So, for example, I want to go to Colombia. I typically like to take at least $1 million of pesos. 1 million pesos is equivalent, let's say, to about $250, right? So that equivalent, with 1 million pesos, you could eat, drink, and do a lot with that money. Like 1 million pesos can last you for a week. Absolutely. So that is something that I want you guys to understand, is that you got to look up the money conversion, check with your bank, and just get that information ahead of time, because it saves you money. You don't want to exchange your money at the airport. You're not going to get the best conversion rate. Interesting enough, I went to London. I think that was my first international trip. Don't quote me. I think it was. Yeah, did it solo. Solo to London. Yeah, my birthday in 2019. It wasn't supposed to be solo. Someone was supposed to join me. She knows who she is. She's still part of my life. Here's to you, kid. She was supposed to join me, but she couldn't because she started school. But she was supposed to come with me, but I went by myself. And I'm like, all right, you know what? I'm going there. I don't know how the money thing works. Let me go to the exchange in the airport. I went and like I have a on my app. It told me, hey, this money is worth is euros, so our money goes down a little bit. So I mean, I want to say, let's do something together right now. All right, let's do something together right now. We're gonna be interactive. This is gonna be an interactive thing. So let's go. Let's add currencies. Let's add the euro. All right. So as of today, $100. So $100 is 92 euro. So you lose $8. So there's an 8% dip. Okay. 8%. Let's run it to 10% dip. Cool. I go to the place in the airport. They tell me for my $100, I'm gonna get $65. I said, whoa. Wop, 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 wop. And I'm like, whoa, whoa, whoa. So I'm like, nah, that ain't gonna work. That ain't gonna work. So I had like $300-400 I wanted to exchange, but I'm like, well, at that rate, I'm not gonna do that. So I'm like, all right, cool. Funny thing is, I had just got a credit card, like a real one, like $2,000 on it, something like that, back then. And I'm like, you know what? I'll just give me like, I think I did like $100. Like, no, I just want something just in case I get off. I need to take a taxi or a cab or something small. I'm good. So when I got there, I'm using my card. But I'm like, man, I don't know how the card thing gonna work. I was just unfamiliar with how it works. So I called my bank, and my bank told me, hey, if you use the ATM there, your conversion rate, they're only gonna charge you 2%. I want to say 5% plus $2. It was like a nominal number where you can do the math. That's way better than what the money exchange is doing. So I learned that trip that if you go to the ATM, you get a better rate than going to the money exchange. So you guys hear me? If you go to the ATM in these countries, put your card in, put your PIN in. Now, again, you have to learn the conversion. So if you're doing, let's say, euros, if you put, I want 100 euros, just know that'll be like $120. Or most times they give you options. Do you want euros or do you want dollars? Most times you'll get that option. But understand that's what it is. If you go to Colombia, they do ask you how much you want in pesos. So if you convert it, I think at the ATMs in Colombia, the most you can get out is 600,000 pesos. That's like $150, $175. Let's see real quick. 600,000 is $150, right? So if you go to the ATM, you're gonna get that rate minus the 5%. Every bank's different. Check your bank. Minus 5%. If you call, they'll tell you. If you call the back of the card, they'll tell you. If you go to the bank, they'll tell you 5%, and then it's like a $2 fee. So, do you want to pay? Let's say $200. You want to take 5%, $200, or 10% is 20. That's $10 plus 2. That's $12. Versus they hit you cost you half like 35% at the cambios or the exchange places at the airport. And even in the city, they have money exchanges, and they'll hit you across the head. So again, that's just a little heads up on that. You want to exchange your money at the bank before you go, or use the ATM. Those are the best ways to get the best rate. I think I know the numbers. The numbers for Colombia as of last month when I was there is if you went to like one of the money exchanges places in the city, they were giving you like 3.5. So you would take the total amount of dollars and multiply it times 3.5, and that's how many pesos you get. However, if you went to the ATM or you went to the bank ahead of time, it was close to 4. So you get, if it's if it's $100, you'll get times 4, 4,000. you get 4,000 pesos. So there's a difference there. It adds up if you're going multiple times because there's a limit and depending on what you're doing. And you can always use your credit card. You can always use your credit card. You can always use those things. Those are all there too. But if you just need cash or want cash, some people don't want to keep tapping their card for fraud reasons and things like that. Again, like I said, with money, be smart about it. Kind of try to avoid going to the ATMs at 1 o'clock in the morning, 2 o'clock in the morning, 3 o'clock in the morning. That just ain't smart. You know what I'm saying? When I go to the ATM, if I go, it's during the day. If I wake up in the morning, I'm like, all right, look at what I got. I'm like, all right, I'm gonna go first thing in the morning or during the day when it's safer. And that's anywhere. I don't want to go to the ATM here at night like that. And if I do, like I said, if you got 2 or 3 people with you, then y'all being safe, that's cool. I said, with everything, man, I just want everybody to have fun and be safe. All right. And this is just my intro. My goal is to tell y'all about Dominican Republic, Colombia, Costa Rica. I've been to Brazil. I'm going to hit you with everything. I'm going to break down everything. But this is just my intro, letting y'all know that I'm here. That's Hall of Harris International. That's Harris International 305 on Instagram. Harris, HARRIS International 305 on Instagram. Hit me up on Instagram. If you have any direct questions you may have, I'm here to answer them. Thank you very much, and you will be getting more content because I'm not stopping. This is my first one. It took me a while to do. I felt a little nervous. I said, I'm home today from work. I said, I'm just going ahead and do it. Hall of Harris International. Harris International 305. Some way around another like that, that's how you find me. Type it in, you'll find me. Hall of Harris International. Harris International 305 Instagram. I'm going to get back to you. Don't just follow me. Join me.